Good morning everyone, especially to our Professor Dr. Maria Agnes Piladia. I am J.K. Lopez, the last reporter from this group, and my report is about external validity. So before we proceed to our discussion, let me just define the external activity. So external activity refers to how well the outcome of a study can be expected to apply to other things. In other words, this type of validity refers to how generalizable the findings are. For instance, do the findings apply to different people? Do the findings apply to different settings and time periods? Meaning, external activity is knowing if the findings can be generalized, if the outcomes can apply to practical situations, and if the results can be translated to another context. And external validity relates to how applicable the findings are to the real world. And according to Chim in 2006, external validity describes the ability to generalize a study which is particularly threatened if people, places, or times are poorly chosen. Meaning, there's a pros and cons when we generalize the whole population because we aren't sure if the whole population is our target respondents on our study. And if we do not consider these factors, there might be a chance that the results wouldn't be aligned to our study. Therefore, to make meaningful inference about the generalizing of study results, the target population of interest must be well defined. Okay? And according to Land Renew in 2009, measuring an entire population is impossible, or a subset of the population is studied, meaning it's impossible to measure the whole population for the reason that we need to analyze first the whole population before we conduct or measure the respondents, because in that way we are able to identify our target. Additionally, the sample needs to represent the whole population in order to allow inferences to be drawn. So the sample should be representative of the population to ensure that we can generalize the findings from the research sample to the population as a whole. So the chosen sample will help us to determine our target population. Okay, next. And according to Trochim in 2006, a good sampling model firstly identifies the whole population that it should generalize, subsequently drawing sample from that population, conducting research, and finally generalizing the results back to the original population. So just like what I've said a while ago, we need to identify the whole population first before we decide what sampling model will be used. And a good sample should be a representative subset of the population we are interested in studying. Therefore, with each participant having equal chance of being randomly selected into the study. Next one. And according to Burmester and Aitken in 2012, the sufficient sample size depends on the minimum number of participants required to identify a statistically significant difference and increase the smaller the anticipated effect. So, meaning a refined research questions and goal would help us to define our population of interest. Then, if our calculated sample size is small, then it would be easier to get a random sample. And the next one is reliability. So in research, reliability means repeatability or consistency. It is achieved if a measure will always provide the same result. It is according also to Trondheim in 2006. So in short, reliability refers to how consistently a method measures something. In short, reliability refers to how consistently a method measures something. If the same result can be consistently achieved by using the same methods under the same circumstances, the measurement is considered as reliable. So, and the last one is objectivity. Objectivity demands that researchers should remain distant from what they study, so findings depends on the nature of what was studied rather than on the personality, beliefs, values of the researchers. And that's it. I hope you've learned something from my report. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great day.